What's up guys, Matt back again with another unboxing video, and today we're going to be reviewing the DXF Son Goku from Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Before we dive into the video, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell, like the video, comment your thoughts down below for us to discuss, follow me on my socials, and consider becoming a YouTube member to enter into our monthly giveaways and Discord server so our community can help you on your Dragon Ball figure collecting journey. This figure is based on Son Goku from Dragon Ball Super Superhero. The figure itself is based on Dragon Ball Super Superhero's roadshow poster that they did when touring for the movie. DXF are Bandai Spirit / Band Presto crane / prize figures of small museum style figures on bases. If you're interested in picking this figure up, check my affiliate links down in the description below to pick them up for yourself and help support me. This figure was released on June 23rd, 2022 in Japan. Goku stands at about 7 inches tall on his base, 6.5 inches off of his base, weighs 11 ounces in box, weighs 5.2 ounces on his own, and the figure comes whole with his base. Okay, our final DXF review, probably for a little while until I pick up some more. As I said in my Gohan Beast review, please recommend some DXF figures for me to pick up and review. I am keeping this Goku for myself, but I am putting the Gohan and the Orange Piccolo in upcoming giveaways. I think those giveaways are happening this weekend on Saturday the 27th at 7 p.m. live here on YouTube. So make sure you guys are YouTube members so that you have a chance to win those figures together in a bundle. But I will be keeping Goku, and I want an accompanying figure to do size comparisons along with him. I usually try to keep my two favorites out of each of these different sets outside of Ichiban Kuji. So yeah, this will be my last DXF review, probably for a little bit, but let me know which ones you guys want to see in future reviews. But character choice, it is obvious. This is Goku. He's the main character of Dragon Ball. He's not the main character of Dragon Ball Super Superhero, though. This is the only look that we get from Goku throughout that entire movie. And we have had DXF Gokus in base form in the past. However, I will say I do like this look for Goku quite a bit. His very saturated colors. His colors are more reminiscent of the manga, so instead of more of a reddish orange gi, he has more of that yellowish orange style that we see more in the manga. The whole movie in general tried to pick out more manga associated colors. So as a character choice, I'm going to give this Goku a 4 out of 5. As I said, he's a main character. You're probably going to see Goku in almost every single line of Dragon Ball figures. It's inevitable. He's my favorite character, so I am a little bit biased, but it's Goku. Like, can't really argue against that, but I will knock off a point just because we have seen a base form Goku in DXF in the past already. The likeness, as opposed to the Gohan and Piccolo, I think it's pretty good. I do think he still falls into that category where something's a little bit off. I don't know if it's maybe the way that his eyes were done. There's something about them that seems somewhat unfinished, and I think his mouth is a little too high up on his face, like literally by a centimeter or a few centimeters. It's not bad, but I wish that there was something done to make it just look a little bit better. He just kind of looks a little derpy in the face, so I will give the likeness a 4 out of 5. It's not the worst that I've seen, but I think DXF is kind of limited in how detailed they can make a character's face look, at least on these Dragon Ball figures. So that's where I will knock a couple points off for DXF's likeness on this Goku. The sculpt quality is pretty good. I don't notice the same issues that the Gohan and Piccolo have. The bangs of his hair does have a very noticeable separation from like the base of his hair, but everywhere else it is pretty solid. I don't think there's really any other issues besides that. And of course, we have mentioned in the past that this figure is stuck to a base, so There's really no getting off of the base. I mean, you can take it off of the base. He can stand there just fine without the base, but it is poorly balanced, so he will likely fall over if you don't have them displayed on the base. But I think it's cool that they have these really special bases that are polished, has the superhero logo on it. It makes it very uniform with the other figures within this line. So if you collect them all, they'll probably look really cool together. But as a sculpt, I think he'll get a 4 out of 5 for me. His issues are not as glaring as, say, Orange Piccolo's or Gohan Beast's. It's really just that bang and him stuck to the base. But otherwise, I think it's really good. I love the way that the hair is sculpted. You can see plenty of details from the strands of hair. His muscles are highlighted very well. The bagginess of his gi, I really do like it all. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. The paint and shading on this is actually really good because, believe it or not, they shaded this figure. I don't know why this Goku got shading, but the Gohan and Piccolo didn't. So I think there's no shading on the gi, but his skin has shading. And of course, like I said earlier, they're taking more inspiration from the manga colors, and Dragon Ball Super Superhero in general was a very saturated movie, so things were very bright and colorful, which I really love because it makes these characters pop, and when they go into these different forms with different colors and stuff, it makes it look really, really cool. So I think overall the paint and shading on this is done a lot better than the other ones. In fact, I think I'm going to give the paint and shading a 5 out of 5 on this. It's pretty much perfect, except for the gi. Will I give it a 5 out of 5? You know what? Let me change my mind. I think he still gets a 4 out of 5. I mean, having shading on his skin is really good, especially within DXF, but having it nowhere else is kind of whack. But, oh, you know what? There is some shading on his gi. Color me perplexed here. I can see it now. It's because I'm now wearing my glasses like a dope. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 for paint and shading. See, now you guys can see how my brain works as I'm like looking at these things full time. That's why sometimes my opinions can change in the future, because I might notice things that you guys point out for me. But there's shading all over this thing. I just noticed. I had to just put him in the right light. He gets a 5 out of 5 for shading. DXF, good job. But why just Goku? Why didn't you add shading to everybody else? But anyways, I'm not going to harbor on that too long. Paint and shading is done pretty well on this figure. I love the blacks, I love the orange, and I love the fact that they actually put shading all around this thing. So good on you, Bandai, for doing that for a small prize / crane figure. The size and scale, though, is of course the big issue. Like I said before, it's not the worst thing in the world. They are prize and crane figures, but they don't really scale well with each other. Most of them do, but when you get things like Orange Piccolo, which is like, he's supposed to be big, and he's only like an inch taller than like the Beast Gohan, and it just doesn't really flow that well. So it's not terrible, but much like Beast Gohan, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. It's not great, but it's not bad at all. It's kind of just middle of the line. But like I said, they'll be okay when you put them all together. But all in all, I really like this DXF Goku. I think he's probably the better one of the 3 that I reviewed. It's probably because of the fact that this one has shading on it, so he probably stands out a little bit more than the other ones for me, and reminds me of the older days of prize and crane figures. So I think I'm going to walk away and give this Goku a 3.5 out of 5. But until the next video, guys, I will see you all later.